Hello, radio fans, and welcome back to my channel. Big Al here. It is Tuesday, July 21st, 2020, and our continuing series of AM and FM radio stations from across the country continues with a look at America's crossroads. That would be Indianapolis, Indiana. Now, I noticed something about this particular market. There's not a lot of AM signals in Indianapolis, but they have quite a few FM stations. So if you look at both sides of the dial in Indianapolis, it's like a tale of two different markets. The AM side only has 10 full power signals. That's it, just 10. But if you look on the FM side of the dial, that's 33 signals that come in. 33 full power signals that come in. So that's a total of 43 full power signals in Indianapolis proper. That's the immediate Indianapolis area. Now, I included stations from nearby Bloomington, Indiana, and it's the same thing. Both of the radio signals in Bloomington, much like in Indianapolis, most of them are on FM. I counted only 7 AM stations in Bloomington, but 32 full power FM stations. There's just a quick little rundown. Now, a couple of these stations I was not able to get the information for off of Wikipedia, so I ended up having to skip those. So you're not going to hear all 82 of these signals, but I'll be able to get most of these out. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. Starting on the AM dial, where again the signals are very scarce. 810 is WSYW Indianapolis, known as Exitos 94.3. This is a Spanish adult contemporary station which is owned by Continental Broadcast Group LLC. WSYW is a daytime only station and is required to sign off the air at sundown by FCC law. However, they have an FM translator station on 94.3, which is W232DM, licensed to Indianapolis, that allows their programming to broadcast 24 hours a day, even after WSYW signs off at sundown on 810. 950 is WXLW Indianapolis. This is Freedom 95, the right kind of talk. This is a conservative talk station which is owned by Pilgrim Communications LLC, and this is the AM simulcast of WFDM 95.9 FM, which is licensed to Franklin, Tennessee. 1010 is WCSI Columbus, Indiana. News Talk 1010. This is a news talk station with news updates from Fox News Radio. They are owned by White River Broadcasting Company Incorporated, and they operate a translator station in Columbus on 98.1 W251CK. 1070, broadcasting in high definition, and this is one of 3 AM stations that broadcast in high definition. WFNI Indianapolis, and there's a little bit of history with this frequency. I'll tell you all about that shortly. Anyway, this station is known as 107.5 and 1070 The Fan. Indies Sports Center. WFNI is the Indianapolis affiliate of ESPN Radio. And they have a bunch of live local sports on this station. The Fan is the radio flagship station of the Indiana Pacers. It is also the AM flagship station for the Indianapolis Colts. Their games are also simulcast on FM sister station WLHK. WFNI is also the flagship station for Butler Bulldogs men's basketball and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway radio network, which means the two races that take place there each year, the Indianapolis 500 and NASCAR's Brickyard 400, are both heard on WFNI, and I think the Indy 500 is also simulcast on another sister station of theirs, WIBC. WFNI is also the Indianapolis affiliate for Indiana Hoosiers football. IU basketball airs on WIBC, and I'll tell you all about that in a little bit. And I'm looking around. Yeah, that's all of it. WFNI is owned and operated by Indianapolis-based Emmis Communications. And they operate 2 FM translator stations. They operate, of course, 107.5, which is W298BB Indianapolis, which also relays WIBC FM HD2. And they also have a standalone translator at 93.5, which is W228CX, also licensed to Indianapolis. Now, here's the history I was telling you about with the 1070 frequency. This station was the original home of WIBC. WIBC signed on the air in 1938, but they did so on 1050 kilohertz. They would stay on 1050 until 1941, where they moved to the present-day 1070. And it was until 2007 when the longtime news talk format on 1070 migrated to FM. So now WIBC is heard on the FM side of the dial at 93.1. And that move was necessitated for them to launch the sports format on 1070. So there's a little history about the 1070 frequency in Indy. 1260, also broadcasting in high definition, is WNDE Indianapolis. Fox Sports 1260, Indy Sports Station. This is the Indianapolis affiliate of Fox Sports Radio, with programming from premier radio networks. WNDE is the Indianapolis affiliate of Purdue Boilermakers football and men's basketball. In fact, this is a co-flagship station for Purdue Boilermakers football and men's basketball, which is shared with main flagship station WAZY out of Lafayette, Indiana. WNDE is also the Indianapolis affiliate of Westwood One Sports. So that means the NFL on Westwood One, meaning their Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night games, the playoffs, the Pro Bowl, and the Super Bowl are all heard here on Fox Sports 1260, as is the NCAA men's basketball tournament, the Final Four, and the national championship game. WNDE is owned by iHeartMedia. 1310, also broadcasting in high definition. In fact, this is the last of the 3 AM stations broadcasting in HD, is WTLC AM Indianapolis. AM 1310, The Light. This is an urban gospel station owned by Urban One. They operate an FM translator station in Indianapolis at 92.7 W224DI. 1330 is WTRE Greensburg. Tree Country 1330. They broadcast a country music format which is owned by WTRE Incorporated, and they operate a pair of FM translator stations, both licensed to Greensburg. They operate W277BB at 103.3. Actually, it says W278BB, my mistake. They also operate W282AZ at 104.3 FM, and once again, both of these translators are licensed to Greensburg, as the main station is as well. 1340 is WBIW Bedford. 1340 WBIW, Bedford's Place to Talk. This is a news, talk, and information station with news updates from Fox News Radio, plus programming from Premier Radio Networks and Westwood One. This station is owned by Adventure Media Incorporated, and they are an affiliate of the Indianapolis Colts Radio Network, the Indiana Pacers Radio Network, the NFL, college football, the Purdue Boilermakers, and the Indy Cars Series, which also includes the Indy 500. 1370 is WGCL Bloomington. Now, this station is in no relation to WGCL TV, which is the CBS television affiliate out of Atlanta, which is presently owned by the Meredith Corporation. So there is no relation between the CBS television station in Atlanta and this radio station in Bloomington, WGCL Bloomington. They're known as WGCL AM 1370, 98.7 FM. News, sports, and talk. This is another news, talk, and information station with news updates from ABC News, programming from Premier Radio Networks and Westwood One. This station is owned by Sarkis Tarzian Incorporated, and their FM translator is 98.7 W254DP, also licensed to Bloomington. 1390 is WZZB Seymour. The Buzz, 1390 and 99.3. They air a soft adult contemporary format with programming from Westwood One, and they are owned by Midnight Hour Broadcasting LLC. This station operates a translator in Seymour on 99.3 W257DU. 1430 is WXNT Indianapolis. CBS Sports 1430. This is obviously the Indianapolis affiliate of CBS Sports Radio. They are also the Indianapolis affiliate of Notre Dame Fighting Irish Football. WXNT is owned by Cumulus and is repeated on sister station WZPL 99.5 FM HD3 Greenfield, Indiana. 1460 is WJCP North Vernon, Indiana. Classic Hits 97.7 and 1460 WJCP, Jennings County's station. This is a classic hits radio station with programming from Brownfield Agriculture, that's Brownfield Ag News, and news updates from USA Radio News. WJCP is owned by Tom and Diana Taylor. 1500 is WBRI Indianapolis, which is part of the Wilkins Radio Network. They carry a religious format, programming, of course, from the Wilkins Radio Network, which also owns the station, Wilkins Radio Network Incorporated. WBRI is a daytime-only station required to sign off at local sundown, but they too have an FM translator station in Indianapolis on 96.7 W244DN. This allows WBRI to broadcast its programming 24 hours a day on that FM translator. 1520 is WSVX Shelbyville. This station is known as Giant FM. Real Radio is their slogan. They are a top 40 CHR station owned by Three Towers Broadcasting Company, LLC. They operate a pair of FM translator stations in Shelbyville, both at 96.5 and 106.3. They're known as W243CL and W292FM, respectively. 1540 is WMYJ AM Martinsville. My Joy. This is a Southern gospel station with programming from the Solid Gospel Network, which is distributed by Salem Communications. WMYJ is owned by Mid-America Radio Group. They are a daytime-only station, so they are required to leave the air at sundown. However, they operate a translator station at 100.5 W263CH, also licensed to Martinsville. 1560 is WSEZ, Paoli. 1560 AM, Cool and Easy Way. This is an oldies station owned by Diamond Shores Broadcasting, LLC, with an FM translator in Paoli on 98.7 W254CD, or W254CO. I read my handwriting wrong. And wrapping up the AM portion of the dial is 1590 WNTS Beech Grove, which is an Indianapolis suburb. This station is known as La Pantera 1590. They broadcast a Spanish oldies format, which is owned by Continental Broadcast Group, LLC, and they operate FM translator station W280FR on 103.9 FM, which is also licensed to said Indianapolis suburb, Beech Grove, Indiana. So that's the AM dial. Now it's time to strap in, because we're about to go to the FM dial, starting with the traditional non-commercial band. 88.1 channel 201 has 3 different signals. The first is WNAP FM Morristown, where Jesus comes first. This is a contemporary Christian station owned by New Beginnings Movement Incorporated. Also on 88.1 is WMBL Mitchell. This is part of the Moody Radio Network, airing a Christian format from Moody Radio. They're owned by the Moody Bible Institute of Chicago. And the third station on 88.1 is WSRC Waynetown. The Source, your source for Christian radio. Again, this is another Christian formatted radio station. This one is owned by Calvary Chapel of Crawfordsville. 88.3, channel 202 is WHZN, New Whiteland, Indiana. Shine.fm, stronger families, stronger communities. This is another contemporary Christian station, which is owned by Olivet Nazarene University, which is based out of Kankakee, Illinois. 88.7, channel 204, broadcasting in HD, is WICR Indianapolis, The Diamond, a different kind of public radio. FM and HD1 is classical and jazz music. The format of their HD2 subchannel is unknown. They didn't have a listing for it on Wikipedia. And then HD3 is a top 40 CHR station known as UIndy Radio. WICR is, of course, owned by the University of Indianapolis. 88.9, channel 205 is WMYJ FM. I'm going to try to pronounce the city of license. I think it's Oolitic, Indiana. Oolitic, Oolitic, Indiana. Anyway, this station is branded as My Joy 88.9, which is a Southern gospel station owned by Spirit Educational Radio. It has the same format as WMYJ AM, and I'm not sure whether or not it is related to WMYJ AM or not. 89.1 channel 206 is WSPM Cloverdale. Catholic Radio Indie, Converting the Culture to Christ through Radio. WSPM broadcasts a Catholic radio format with programming from EWTN Radio, and they are owned by Mirafica Incorporated. 89.5 Channel 208 is WFCI Franklin. This is a public radio station with programming from NPR, owned by Franklin College of Indiana, and this is a simulcast of WFYI FM, which we'll be talking about after this next station, which is 89.7 Channel 209, WOJC, Crawfordsville. This is one of 3 stations in the Indianapolis area that's a part of the Calvary Radio Network. The truth heard in black and white without compromise. So this is a Christian/religious station owned by the Calvary Radio Network Incorporated. All right, 90.1 Channel 211, broadcasting in high definition, is WFYI FM Indianapolis, branded simply as WFYI. FM analog and HD1 is News Talk, with news and programming from National Public Radio and additional programming from Public Radio Exchange. On HD2 is The Point, which is a hybrid of adult album alternative rock and world music. WFYI FM is owned by Metropolitan Indianapolis Public Broadcasting. This is the entity that also owns the PBS member station in Indianapolis, WFYI TV Channel 20. Their programming is simulcast full-time, as I mentioned, on WFCI 89.5 FM in Franklin, with some programs being simulcast on WNDY FM 91.1 in Crawfordsville. 90.3 Channel 212 is WKJD, Columbus, Indiana. This station is known as Bridge FM, today's Christian music. They offer a contemporary Christian format which is owned by Good Shepherd Radio Incorporated. 90.9 Channel 215 is WCJL, Morgantown, Indiana. This is another affiliate of the Calvary Radio Network. The truth heard in black and white without compromise. This station features Christian talk and modern praise and worship music from the Calvary Radio Network. And they too are owned by Calvary Radio Network Incorporated. .1 Channel 216 has a pair of stations. The first is WIRE, Lebanon, Indiana. This station is known as Radio Mom 91. That's Radio Mom 91.1. Let me rephrase that. They're known as Boone County's hit music station. They broadcast an adult top 40 format, which is owned by Community Radio Partners. And they operate a trio of FM translator stations. They operate W254AP on 98.7 FM Rushville, W278BB 103.5 FM Greensburg, and W297AV 107.3 FM Arcadia. The other station on 91.1 is WYGS Columbus, which is a Southern Gospel station owned by Good Shepherd Radio Incorporated. This station is simulcast on WKRY 88.1 FM Versailles, WAUZ 89.1 FM Greensburg, WHMO 91.1 FM Madison, Indiana, and they also operate a pair of translator stations, W233AD Salem at 94.5 and W248AF Batesville at 97.5. 91.3 is 91.3 channel 217 also has a pair of signals. The first station is WFHB Bloomington, which is volunteer-powered community radio. So again, this is a community radio station owned by Bloomington Community Radio Incorporated, and they operate 3 FM translator stations. W251AG 98.1 FM Bloomington, W264BP 100.7 Nashville, Indiana, and W292DD 106.3 FM Ellettsville, Indiana. The other station on 91.3 channel 217 is WWDL Plainfield and WWQI Morristown. These 2 stations are known as the Life FM. Of course, they are affiliated with the Life FM, which broadcasts a Southern Gospel / Christian radio format owned by the Power Foundation. 91.5 channel 218 also has a pair of stations. The first is WJCY Cicero. This is the third of the 3 Calvary Radio Network affiliates that I found in the Indianapolis area. And of course, their slogan is "The truth heard in black and white without compromise." This is a Christian radio format with programming from Calvary Radio Network, owned by Calvary Radio Network Incorporated. And then the other station on 91.5 is WJLR Seymour, Indiana. Now, this is an affiliate of the K-Love Radio Network. Positive, encouraging K-Love, which is a contemporary Christian station, of course, owned by EMF. And they operate multiple translator stations. In fact, this station operates 4 FM translators. They operate W203BL 88.5 FM Kirksville, W247AY 97.3 FM Bedford, W276BF 103.1 FM Bloomington, and W271BG 102.1 FM Columbus, Indiana. And wrapping up the traditional non-commercial band is 91.9 channel 220, which is WITT Zionsville. Community radio for Zionsville in Indianapolis. This is a community radio station owned by Kids First Incorporated. Now, to the commercial portion of the FM band, starting off with 92.3 channel 222, broadcasting in high definition. That is WTTS Trafalgar, Indiana. It was previously licensed to Bloomington, but they have since moved the city of license to Trafalgar, which is a small city south of Indianapolis. This station is known as 92.3 WTTS. Experience the music. FM and HD1 is adult album alternative. And then on HD2 is mainstream rock, branded as Rock 96.1 The Quarry, which is relayed over translator station W241CD on 96.1 FM in Bloomington. WTTS is owned by Circus Tarzan Incorporated. 93.1 Channel 226, broadcasting in high definition, is WIBC Indianapolis. 93 WIBC, Indy's News Center. That's the slogan seen in their logo. They also have another logo which is seen exclusively on their website at WIBC.com, which is Live Local First. FM and HD1 is, of course, News Talk, with news updates from Fox News Radio and programming from both Premier Radio Networks and Westwood One. HD2 and HD3 both air sports formats. The HD2 subchannel is the simulcast of 107.5 and 1070 The Fan WFNI. And then on HD3 is the national feed of ESPN Radio. So the entire ESPN radio schedule is heard on 93.1 HD3. WIBC is locally owned by Emmis Communications Incorporated, with translator station W298BB at 107.5 FM Indianapolis, relaying HD2. 93.9 Channel 230 WNDX Lawrence. 93.9X Indy's rock station. This is a mainstream rock station owned by Cumulus. 94.3 Channel 232 is WIFE FM Rushville, Indiana, Hometown Country. This is a country music station which is owned by Rogers Broadcasting Corporation. 94.7 Channel 234, broadcasting in high definition, is WFBQ Indianapolis. Q95, Indy's Classic Rock. FM and HD1 is Classic Rock. HD2 is the sports simulcast of Fox Sports 1260 WNDE. WFBQ Q95 is owned by iHeartMedia. 95.1 Channel 236 is WVNI, Nashville, Indiana. Spirit 95, the family-friendly station. They play adult contemporary Christian music and is owned by Mid-America Radio Group Incorporated. 95.3 Channel 237 is WUME FM Paoli, Indiana. Mix 95.3. This is a hot adult contemporary station from Diamond Shores Broadcasting LLC. 95.5 Channel 238, broadcasting in high definition, is WFMS Fishers, Indiana. Now this is a suburb, I think, on the north and eastern side of the city. This station is known as 95.5 WFMS, the country station. FM and HD1 is country music with no additional subchannels. They are owned by Cumulus. 95.9 Channel 240 is WFDM FM Franklin. Freedom 95, the right station for talk. This, of course, is a conservative talker with news updates from USA Radio News and programming from Premier Radio Networks and Westwood One. WFDM FM is owned by Pilgrim Communications LLC and is simulcast on sister station WXLW 950 AM in Indianapolis. 96.3 Channel 242, broadcasting in high definition, is WHHH Indianapolis, Hot 96.3. all hip hop and R&B. In fact, they have 3 total slogans on this station. The second one is Hot Runs Indie. And then the third one is Running Hip Hop in Naptown for over 25 years. FM and HD1 is Rhythmic Top 40 with no additional subchannels. WHHH is owned by Urban One. There's another signal on 96.3, and that's WJAA, licensed to Austin, Indiana. This station is known as Total Rock Radio 96.3, which is an album-oriented rock station which also broadcasts NASCAR races from the Motor Racing Network. They're owned by Midland Media. 96.7 Channel 244 also has a pair of frequencies, or a pair of stations. The first station is broadcast in standard analog, and that's WBWB Bloomington. B97, today's best music. This is a top 40 CHR station, owned by Sound Management LLC. The other station on 96.7 does broadcast in high definition, and that's WORX FM Madison. WORX 96.7 FM, 80s, 90s, now. This is a hot adult contemporary station with programming from Westwood One, and they have no additional subchannels. WORX FM is owned and operated by Dubois County Broadcasting Incorporated. 97.1 Channel 246, also broadcasting in high definition, is WLHK Shelbyville. Their branding and their slogan are pretty much the same. Country 97.1 Hank FM. FM and HD1 is, of course, country music with no additional subchannels. And this is the FM flagship station of the Indianapolis Colts, as all their games are heard not only on 97.1 Hank FM, but also simulcast on 107.5 and 1070 The Fan. WLHK is owned by locally based MS Communications. 97.7 Channel 249 is WCLS Spencer. Classic Hits 97.7. This is a Classic Hits radio station owned by Mid-America Radio of Indiana. 97.9 Channel 250 is WGNR FM Anderson. This is the Indianapolis affiliate of Moody Radio, which offers Christian and religious programming from Moody Radio, and they are owned by the Moody Bible Institute of Chicago. 98.3 Channel 252, broadcasting in high definition, is WZRL Plainfield. Real 98.3, the Naps #1 for hip hop and R&B. They had 2 other slogans, but I wasn't going to waste my time writing all of them down. FM and HD1 is mainstream urban with programming from Premier Radio Networks. And there are no additional subchannels. WZRL is owned by iHeartMedia and is repeated on WOLT 103.3 FM HD2, Indianapolis. WZRL is also the former Indianapolis affiliate of Radio Disney. And this was a rare one in their case because this was one of the few Radio Disney affiliates that operated on the FM side of the dial, because most of them broadcast on AM. 99.5 Channel 258, also broadcasting in high definition, is WZPL Greenfield. 99.5 ZPL, Indy's #1 hit music station. And this is one of 2 top 40 CHR stations in Indianapolis. The top 40 CHR format is heard on FM and HD1. HD2 is an oldies format known as the greatest hits of all time. And then HD3 is the sports simulcast of sister station WXNT, CBS Sports 1430. WZPL is owned by Cumulus. 100.1 Channel 261 is WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana. That's the real name of that town, French Lick, Indiana. They're known as Q100, serving Hoosier Hills. This is a country music station which is owned by Wiltronics Broadcasting. They have news updates from Westwood One News and programming also from Westwood One. And this station is an affiliate of the aforementioned Indiana Hoosiers. 100.9 Channel 265 broadcasted in high definition is the other top 40 CHR station in Naptown, and that's WNOW FM Speedway. Radio Now 100.9, the sound of now. FM and HD1 is, of course, the top 40 CHR format. HD2 and HD3 are both regional Mexican, dubbed as La Grande 105.1, which is relayed over translator station W286CM on 105.1 FM in Indianapolis. Now, the HD2 subchannel used to feature a classic hip-hop format known as Boom 102.9, but they had to take the 102.9 translator off the air because it was getting interference from a station in Columbus, Indiana. The FM translator in question is, of course, W275BD. W275BD. They had to take that translator off the air, and then Boom 102.9 strictly went high definition until it flipped to the regional Mexican format. Anyway, WNOW FM is owned by Urban One. And get this. This is one of just 2 radio stations in which Urban One owns and operates that does not have an urban format of any kind. They have a similar station in Houston that is also a top 40 station that Urban One owns. And they're also branded as Radio Now. So if you listen to my Houston area video, you'll get the specs there. 101.1 Channel 266 is WDCK Bloomfield, Indiana. K101 Country Classics. This is a classic country radio station owned by Mid-America Radio Group Incorporated. 101.5 Channel 268 is WKKG Columbus, Indiana. Indiana Country 101.5. This is a country music station owned by White River Broadcasting Incorporated. 101.9 Channel 270 is WKLU Brownsburg. This is the Indianapolis affiliate of the K-Love Radio Network, broadcasting a contemporary Christian format from EMF. 102.3 Channel 272 is WCBK FM Martinsville. WCBK 102.3, today's best country. This is also a country music station. They're owned by Mid-America Radio Group Incorporated. Short space next to them on 102.5 Channel 273 is WPHZ Orleans, Indiana. Light FM 102.5. They broadcast an adult contemporary format with hourly news updates from Fox News Radio. They're owned by Mitchell Community Broadcast Company. 102.9, channel 275 is WXCH, Columbus, Indiana. Now, this was the station I was complaining about the interference from the Boom 102.9 translator of WNOW-FM. This station is known as Mojo 102.9. They have two slogans: "Get your mojo on," and "the greatest hits of all time." This is a classic hits station from Racing Radio Partners Incorporated. 103.3, channel 277, broadcasting in high definition, is WOLT Indianapolis. Alt 103.3, Indies Alternative. FM and HD1 is alternative rock. HD2 is the mainstream urban simulcast of Real 98.3 WZRL. And then HD3 is a newly launched business news station known as Business News 97.5. That station is relayed over translator W248AW Indianapolis on 97.5 FM. Now, this used to be a top 40 CHR station known as 97.5 KISS FM, but they again has just recently flipped it to business news. I think they did it last month, in fact. WOLT is owned by iHeartMedia. 103.7, channel 279, also broadcasting in high definition, is WFIU Bloomington. They're simply branded as WFIU, with news and talk, classical music, and jazz on FM and HD1. HD2 is news, talk, and classical. WFIU is owned by Indiana University, and they operate quite a few translator stations. All right. The main programming on WFIU's FM analog signal and on HD1 is relayed over translator stations W236AE 95.1 terahertz, W255BG 98.9 Greensburg, W264AL 100.7 FM Columbus, W269BU 101.7 French Lick and West Baden, and W291 AM 106.1 FM Kokomo. Meanwhile, translator stations W261CM on 100.1 FM in Seymour and W270BH 101.9 FM Bloomington both relay the HD2 subchannel. 104.5, channel 283, yet another station broadcasting in high definition, is WJJK Noblesville. Classic Hits 104.5 JJK, Indies only classic hits station. FM and HD1 is classic hits with no additional subchannels. They're owned by Cumulus. 104.9, channel 285 is WINN Columbus. Win 104.9, Your Hit Music. This is a hot adult contemporary station owned by White River Broadcasting Company Incorporated. 105.1, channel 286 is WHCC Ellettsville. Hoosier Country 105, Today's Best Country. This is a country music station from Sound Management LLC. 105.5, channel 288, WQRK Bedford. Super Oldies 105.5. They broadcast an oldies music format with news updates from Fox News Radio. They're owned by Adventure Media Incorporated. 105.7, channel 289, broadcasting in high definition, is WYXB Indianapolis, also known as B105.7, the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. FM and HD1 is adult contemporary, and they play Christmas music during the holiday season as well. And then on HD2 is smooth jazz. B105.7 is owned by Indianapolis-based MS Communications. 106.1, channel 291, is WWWY North Vernon. 106.1 The River. Classic hits from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So again, this is a classic hits station focusing primarily on hits from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, owned by White River Broadcasting Company Incorporated. All right, we are now down to our final 5 stations. 106.5, channel 293 is Yeah, I said that right. 106.5, channel 293 is WWBL Washington, Indiana. This station is known as The Bullet, 106.5. This is a country music station with programming supplied by the Real Country Network from Westwood One. They're owned by the original company. Now, I'm not sure what the original company is, but that is the owner of this station. Just saying. 106.7, channel 294, broadcasting in high definition, is WTLC FM Greenwood. 106.7 WTLC. They have a pair of slogans. Their first slogan is Indie's R&B leader for 50 years, and their second slogan is Indie's station for today's R&B and old school. So FM and HD1 is a mix of urban adult contemporary and urban oldies with no additional subchannels. WTLC FM is owned by Urban One. The next 2 stations are short-spaced with each other. 107.1, channel 296 is WEDJ Danville, Indiana. Radio Latino 107.1, or as they say it in Spanish, Radio Latino 107.1, más mexicana que nunca. This is a regional Mexican station owned by Continental Broadcast Group, LLC. It ends short-spaced after them on 107.3. Channel 297 is WRZQ-FM Greensburg, simply known as Q-Mix. 2K and Today. This is a hot adult contemporary station owned by Racing Radio Partners Incorporated. And closing things out is 107.9, channel 300, WNTR Indianapolis. 107.9 The Mix, the 80s to now. Now, this station had just recently tweaked its format because they were listed as a hot adult contemporary. Now they are a straight adult contemporary station. That's what you'll hear on the FM analog signal and on HD1. And then HD2 is smooth jazz. So they're kind of following the same formula as B105.7, just minus the Christmas music. WNTR is owned by Cumulus Media, and there is the Indianapolis / Bloomington radio market. Again, 82 total signals from both cities. 82 total signals from both cities. 65 stations on FM, 17 on AM, and that's not counting all the FM translator stations either. All right, so now Indianapolis is in the books. We'll be getting on our next market, which will be St. Louis. I will start gathering information on the St. Louis radio market, and I should be back either Thursday or Friday, maybe Saturday at the latest, and I'll tell you all about the St. Louis radio market and what's happening there. So until then, this is Big Al. Thanks for watching. I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.